It's 2 a.m. Your production Kubernetes cluster is throwing alerts. Your Slack is exploding and everyone wants instant. Normally, what I would do, I would check Google, then check Stack Overflow, after that Gemini or some other AI platforms like ChatGPT or Claude, and see if I'm getting some commands. I'm hoping that those commands would work on terminal. But today I'm going to ask my terminal to debug the issue for me, and let's see if that is actually smart or not. Today we are going to test our Gemini with some real DevOps challenges where we would be checking with challenge 1 to give some broken YAML file to create the deployment. Then the second challenge would be debugging why it failed. And the third challenge would be fixing it automatically. The fourth challenge would be fixing our Linux command. The fifth challenge would be helping us understand our GCP environment. Apart from that, we are going to do some interesting projects in the end where we would be creating the web application very quickly and see how it worked. And then apart from that, and then we would be creating multiple agents and see how that gives us the result. So are you excited? And if DLR passes all the challenge, then I might start using it in day-to-day life to complete my task. So come with me. Now we will just install the Antigravity CLI and see how it works. Apart from terminal, we are going to try that on Cloud Shell directly as well. So it gives you idea about how to get that on terminal as well as Cloud Shell. Okay. Now you must be seeing my screen. Here you just need to search about Antigravity CLI. Antigravity CLI. And you can see the first link. You just need to click on it. In the products, you can see there are few other products of anti-gravity as well. You can see the anti-gravity 2.0, anti-gravity CLI, anti-gravity IDE, anti-gravity SDK. Okay, so in today's demo we are going to use anti-gravity IDE as well as CLI. We will talk about anti-gravity 2.0 and SDK in our coming videos. So let's try to install this. And here you see Antigravity CLI. You need to just quickly click on install. Once you click on it, search for it, and you can see there are commands which are given for different OSs. So currently I'm using Mac OS, so I'll be using this curl command. I'll copy this and I hit enter. It is doing some pre-checks, trying to install that, and you can see that the anti-gravity CLI binary has been successfully installed. Terminal, and I'm going to try the command. I have to say yes, I agree, and then using the tab button I have to go to done, hit enter, and now it is working. So you can see that it is anti-gravity CLI, and this is how you can install it. Okay. Okay, so now it says like it has created a YAML file at CrashLoop-pod.yaml. Okay, we will quickly open that. This YAML file. Yeah, now you can see it, right? This is our YAML file. By using this YAML, we are going to create the deployment, and with this deployment, the Kubernetes would create the pod, but it will go into the crashback loop. Okay. If you want to use the anti-gravity CLI from the Cloud Shell, you don't need to install anything. It comes pre-installed. Now I'm going to open Cloud Shell. I already have connected this cluster with it. Now I will be typing the AGY, which is anti-gravity CLI, and then I would be choosing the Google OAuth. First of all, I'll ask them to create namespace demo. Okay, now we can see that it has created the demo. Here you can see it. If I want to list down the namespaces, I'll just ask it list all the namespaces in the cluster. Okay, so now here you can see like there are these namespaces, and this demo one you can see it it has been just created before 28 seconds. Okay, now I'm going to ask this Antigravity CLI to create the Kubernetes pod YAML that intentionally goes into the crashback loop. Okay. Now it has created that YAML file and it has deployed that pod into my demo namespace. You can see it has pod in this namespace which is going into the crashback loop, which was created 3 seconds ago. Okay, you can see the challenge one which is passed, but creating YAML is and applying that was not a hard part. Anyone can do it, even automation can also do it. Now the important part is to understand why the pod is failed and the reason of it. We will quickly move to our second challenge and ask the Antigravity CLI to debug the issue. Investigate why the pod in demo namespace is in crashback loop. Right? Okay, so you can see over here what the problem is and where the problem is. Now this has successfully completed our challenge 2 as well. It debugged the issue why the pod was going into the crashback loop. Now it's time to go for our next challenge. So in this challenge we are going to ask Antigravity CLI to fix our problem. Okay, and let's see if it fixes or not. So I'm quickly going to give the prompt like fix the deployment. And you see right here it edited the YAML file and it deleted the previous one, applied the new one. So it has fixed something, and you can see over here it has given me the healthy deployment manifest. Okay, but if you want to cross check that, so what you will do is you can quickly ask them give me the status of all the pods in demo namespace. Okay, so you see it has newly deployed other deployment with the healthy config, as well as it has fixed the configuration of my previous pod which was failing. Okay, so here our challenge 3 is also passed. Now next we are going to ask them a few Linux commands and see how it behaves there. So for that I need to switch to my terminal. So it has come up with the command that this is the command to check it, and also the explanation of the command. Now here it is, right? It has come up with the output, and you can see here the top 20 largest file from my file system. And this is how we have completed our 5th challenge as well. I'm going to show you some more complex projects where we would be creating the web application, and another one is creating the multiple agents. Okay, so let's go there. So far we have seen Antigravity CLI on terminal, Cloud Shell, but now we will be seeing that with the IDE. Okay, so let me open the IDE. Now we will be doing our next challenges with the use of Antigravity IDE. So I'm going to ask it to build a shopping reminder app. Build a has created the shopping list reminder folder in the work, so we can quickly see this. Okay, so it has created this folder structure for me, and it has put all the files in it itself. Okay, and now it is asking me whether I need to start that. So I'll quickly say yes, and I would ask it to start it. Now it has started that server. I'll quickly, now you can see over here that it has built some smart card application. add the items over here. It has created some categories like groceries, bakery products, household, take, okay, like this. Within just, I think, 2 minutes, it is able to build everything for me. It could write the CSS, the UI, the backend, front end, everything. And you can see the whole app in working state. I didn't imagine that within 2 minutes it could build such a nice UI and backend, front end, everything all together and give me a nice product at the end of it. We will move to our next challenge where we would ask Antigravity CLI to create some multi-agent DevOps platform for me, which will do some research and give me the final result. Okay. So here is the prompt which I have given. I have asked it to create a multi-agent DevOps research team, and goal is to research and produce a practical recommendation for this project. Okay. And I have asked it to create some agents like research agent, security, SRE agent, cost and governance agent, final report agent, and I have given some instruction to it. And I have mentioned that in what format I want the output in. So I want to have the output in markdown format. Now it has completed the task, and here we can see that it has created another folder as DevOps AI research, and inside that it has created some MD files which you can see over here as well. And in this file we can quickly check what it has bought for us. So final DevOps AI report. So it has created some executive summary, some practical DevOps use cases for Kubernetes troubleshooting and diagnosis. So we just had, a challenge regarding crashback loop. So it has mentioned the details about it, that how it was done and how the AI assisted diagnosis was done, and so many things. Same for here, governance finding, security findings, SRE finding. Since we are doing the DevOps stuff every day, and what if I have an agent which is doing different tasks? So instead of just having one agent doing all the stuff, why not to divide the task between the agents to fast track it? In our next video, maybe we can have the challenge where we would be asking the AI agents to debate themselves and give us the best result. So that's all for today. So in the end, what we learn is AI replacing DevOps? No, it's just replacing the time that we spend remembering the syntax, the problems, and the solutions. So it is just working as our peer. Okay. So we just saw multiple challenges and all of them passed. Now I want your opinion whether you would be using AI in your production system. Comment yes or no and why in the comment section. And if you like the practical and the demos of AI plus DevOps and Kubernetes, hit subscribe. And we will see you in the next video. Thank you.